Hi, just doing a post analysis on the trade I took on Euro USD for a sell. So this is how I was looking at the trade. We had an aggressive V formation followed by the set number 1. Then we had the divider over here. The set number 2 was coming up, made a V formation over here. I entered over here for a sell. The trade performed really well. It immediately went towards my take profit area. So I entered over here thinking that it was my test number 1, but that was not correct. Later on I looked at the correlation of the entire group and I found that this is the V formation and this is just to hold the test number 1 happened over here across the entire group. So I was looking at the Euro group. The whole Euro group was heavily in sync. Out of the 7 pairs, 6 pairs were in sync, so that's why I took the trade for a sell. Although there was no correlation for the Euro USD, both the pairs had neutral correlation. Both the pairs had actually the Euro was -3, which is neutral, and the US dollar is -5. So although I'm going against the correlation, so the Euro is -3, the US is -5, so the charts are supposed to go up, but I'm going against the correlation numbers because I saw that the charts were heavily in sync. All the Euro group were heavily in sync for the sell, so that's why I took the trade. So in this situation, the read, although it worked out, but it wasn't the test 1 which I thought it was. So the read was okay, it wasn't the test 1. The execution was good, but because the entry and entry price was good, but I've seen that if I'm going with the large unit sizes, it's pretty risky to go for a sell like this because sometimes it just goes up, but it's pretty hard to get a slowdown over here because the price, all it does, it just goes up and just goes down. So as I can see over here, the price hasn't slowed down over here. So there's no way I can wait for a slowdown. It's an aggressive entry, but I had to take the chance. Otherwise I cannot get this price over here because as you can see, the price just goes up, comes down. It's like a probe, and it goes really fast, and it's in a range as well. So that there's a big boy hitting for a sell, big boy hitting for a buy, so you can't expect a slowdown over here. So that's why I just took an aggressive entry over here. So that trade played out really well, so it immediately hit my take profit area. So that's the first trade I took yesterday for Euro USD for a sell, which worked out. Then I took a second trade as well for a sell. So this was the later time of the US Open, where I decided to take a sell over here. So this was my first entry over here for a sell. As I showed before, the trade worked out really well. So the trade was coming up for test number 2, and I hit it for a sell again over here. As you can see, it did not hit my take profit area. So before going to the bed, what I did was, the price was at this level over here, and I moved my stop loss to break even and aimed at this area over here. So the prices just went halfway and just retraced back over here. So since my stop loss was down to break even, I just made a few dollars from it. I didn't understand why the prices did not go all the way over here, because as you can see, my expectations were not very high. I was not expecting this low price over here. I was not expecting this price over here to be reached. So I had modest expectations, but still the prices did not work over here. And at this price, the ATR is 8 pips, the ATR is 8 pips, and so because this is a congestion area, so as Naveen says, you can aim your stop loss and take profit twice of the ATR. So that's what I did, 16 over here. So I entered over here and 1 pip for the spread, because otherwise there's no point taking the trade. So my stop loss was 16 pips and my take profit was 17 pips. So I entered over here next to the landline of the next to the landmine of the big boy. I was expecting to get a higher price somewhere over here, but I could not get a fill. Maybe that's why the mistake happened. So maybe I should have closed a bit earlier. So because I was expecting, normally what I do is I get in at this price over here, because it's a 100% V formation. The prices are going to spike above this. So I think that's where the mistake happened. So assuming I entered over here, I should have taken my ATR value from here, and maybe I should have got out somewhere over here. Maybe that's why the mistake happened over here. So the read was good, like it was continuously going in my favor. Execution was bad, because I was expecting the prices to come up till here and do a probe. The price went above the test number 1, which is over here. So that's fine. I was expecting that. But I was expecting the price to go above the V formation as well, because it's a 100% V formation and we expect a spike on 100% V formation, but that didn't happen. So I ended up entering over here, and I took my ATR 2 times plus a spread from this area. So that's why the mistake happened over here. What I should have done instead was, although I could not get a price over here, I entered over here. That's fine, but I should have calculated my ATR value from here. So if I would have calculated my ATR value over here, I should have easily got my take profit hit, because I could not monitor this trade because it was getting really late at the US Open and I had to go to bed as well. So I moved my stops to break even. So that's a good thing I did, but it was just a waste of time and energy and effort, because went so much in my favor and I could not get any profit from it. So from next time onwards, so if I do not get a fill at my expected price, which is over here, it's fine to enter at this price, but I need to calculate my ATR value from here and adjust the stop loss and take profit accordingly. So that way my take profit won't get missed. So in this one, I got stopped out at break even, just made a few dollars again. The read was good, execution was bad, and because of the bad execution, the money management suffered. If I would have entered a bit higher, although the prices did not went a bit higher, but I should have calculated my ATR value from here and adjust my stop loss and my take profit accordingly. So that's the conclusion for this trade. Thank you. Bye.